would they be exposed too? Apart from whatever the legacy media is feeding you, I am asking you to kind of look into this as well. Why would the CIA want a drug dealer to be president of Nigeria? Why did they shield him? Why did a Democrat judge, after all the evidence and what was at stake, said the documents, the file of Tinubu should be redacted, should not be released? Now, that man has become the president of Nigeria. He has destroyed Nigeria. He has destroyed lives. He has destroyed the people more. And he's still on it, doing it as we speak. So what is exact goal of the Democrats who did this to Nigeria? Because it all started from Obama. They have brought in somebody who is a jihadist, a terrorist, to come in a political party that is a political party of terrorists. APC, Egbekegbe, to destroy Nigeria. And they have done it. Only for them to also shield a drug dealer. Tinubu was supposed to actually, did you know that he never actually had the chance of going to America again? Until they package him and package him and repackage him. And today, the rest of Nigeria, they are paying the price. So I'm asking questions now. I'm asking questions based on what is publicly available. This is not a conjecture. This is not something that is being cooked up. Or no. These are available documents, publicly available information. So if there's something I am looking forward to in January, I am looking forward to this. Because right now, the Democrats are still the government in America. And I don't know the judge where they're having this argument, the courts. Let me see, what court is that again? District of Columbia. Is that not going to be in Georgia? Shebi, District of Columbia, is that Washington, or Georgia? Right. They are arguing in front of a court. Is Washington, Abi? Good, Washington, D.C. I don't know if the judge is a Democrat. Possibly is a Democrat. Right? And since they have mentioned the national security, because true, right? True. The CIA, they always have to protect their sources. If you become an asset of CIA or FBI, whatever you tell them. There was a time that WikiLeaks released some intercepted wires. What Tinubu was telling the US ambassador to Nigeria. It was actually ratting out politicians. There was this intercepted. It's online. All these things are online. The same thing with El Rufaya. El Rufaya too was ratting out some politicians in Nigeria, some pastors. He was saying all manner of things to the ambassador. And the ambassador was like, relaying everything they told him back to Washington. And I'm talking about as far back as 1994, even when Tinubu became the governor of Lagos State as well. He was always there telling them things, And WikiLeaks got wind of some of them, intercepted some of them, and they published them in the tens of thousands of documents that WikiLeaks also exposed at the time. Go on and check it online. Tinubu was opening a bank account to collect a proceeds of heroin. His wife, Rat, was also opening bank accounts to collect proceeds of heroin. And this is just the little we know. This is the little we know. They said if they release Tinubu's documents, hey, fear go catch you. True. And that is why, for this one, I don't think anyone should possibly just, try to find the excuse anymore. Okay? Tinubu is their asset, and it will do their bidding. And their bidding is to keep you underdeveloped, keep you poor. World Bank, IMF, and the rest of them, they will continue to have field days. They will continue to have a field day in Nigeria. You are not escaping this. You are not. And it's very sad. Oh my God, it's really sad. Abacha.
To ensure that some of these incidents are avoided. But at the same time, the transition program is for the nation, but the major players in the transition program are the politicians themselves. So the politicians themselves will have to come and bury their differences. We'll have to play politics the way it is, not politics of animosity, not politics of religious or ethnic, sentiments or anything, no matter how devastating to the unity and stability of the nation. Once it favors that individual politician, he is ready to exploit it at the expense and at the cost of the unity or stability of the nation. So what we have done is clear, it's simple, it's straightforward, and it's step by step. But I tell you, we know we are all Nigerians. The politicians themselves, it's a big challenge on them. They need a change of attitude, a change of mind for them to come and play responsible politics. And that's why, even as far as rotation is concerned, as far as power sharing is concerned, which is the main issue in the politics of this country, we took the pain to go into detail and divide this nation into 6. So the question of majority, the question of minority is absolutely immaterial. It's question of quality. It's question of the individual Nigerian who possesses the right leadership, who possesses the right quality. That is the issue. So the question of marginalization is completely out of it, is absolutely addressed. So there is no section of this country that will claim to be marginalized as far as the present system is concerned. So the issue of marginalization is out. The issue of sharing or involvement in power in this nation is out. And all these things, we took upon account of our past experiences as far as the political evolution of this nation is concerned. And we believe and we pray what we have done is something which is enduring, which will reinforce the peace, the stability, the unity, and the understanding of this nation, and which will form the basis of a stronger, a sounder democratic system to ensure that some of the
They were carrying out different operations in Nigeria. Some of them, a lot of us, probably we were too young. Baba, Abacha was going to be smoked out, but he died before they could get to him in 1998. That was why Abacha was also brutal. He knew then that the entire country has totally been compromised against him. Civilians, military, everyone, like they've infiltrated everywhere. And Abacha was also so brutal. Anybody that is suspect, Baba, you they go. There is nothing like a kid glove. Sure you get. If they grab you, now die you day. Abacha also kind of had to commission Sergeant Roger. Baba, shoot them, shoot this one, because Abacha was getting intelligence report that CIA, they have infiltrated everywhere. He was going to be killed. Because Abacha actually told America to leave Nigeria. And now, he told them to leave just same way all this junta in Niger Republic, in Mali, in Burkina Faso. They told American forces to take their bases and leave their region. That was what Abacha did too. And Abacha knew then that they were after his life. Civilians, military officers, police officers, journalists, Baba, they were sponsoring so many people against him. And he knew then that this was being sponsored by the CIA. So many groups were infiltrated because Abacha stopped the oil exploration, American businesses, anything America in Nigeria, Baba, you have to go. So he himself was like, you have to go too. But they couldn't just come in and use their soldiers or American this or that to take Abacha out. They needed people to give them more information about Abacha, his movements, his medical conditions, and so many other things like about Abacha. Abacha, they were even trying as much as possible. Some of the protests that you witnessed that time, or Abiola this, Abiola that, they are mostly sponsored by America. Honestly. So that was why Abacha was like so brutal that if he grab you, put you for jail, you are lucky. Others now to kill you. Assassination. Abacha was shooting and killing his all these politicians too. Because to him, right, whatever you have told America, that will be the last thing you will tell them. Tinubu had to run away from Nigeria too. Person will be saying Abacha, himself be Abacha friend. Do you know that? That Tinubu was Abacha's friend. Until he got the wind that he is next. They go shoot him and kill him. He ran away from Nigeria. Who smuggled him out of Nigeria? Possibly the CIA too. Now they route. Who are those who are actually funding that route that time? Possibly CIA. A lot of things that happened that time, including the media war against Abacha at the time, it was sponsored by America. Because Abacha also more or less like declared war on America in Nigeria. Seriously. Then it was like he wanted to convert himself to a civilian president. Then boom, he had an heart attack. And then he died before they could get to him. Till tomorrow, there are those who still believe that Abacha and Ahapu then give him. They brought some Ashewo. They brought some Ashewo from somewhere, and they gave Abacha Ahapu. Others believe that it was Pope John Paul II, who wore a glove that was poisoned. Excuse me, that was poisoned. And Pope John Paul, right, took Abacha at the airport to come and plead with Abacha to release all the political detainees. And that was, they said, when Abacha now got back to the villa, he started complaining of, loss of breath. So they said, it must be the Pope that shook him. Others said, no, it was Mahmoud Abbas, or what is that name of that Palestinian leader? There are so many conspiracies around what killed Abacha. Because at the time, the CIA wanted him gone. But before they could get to him, he died. And the guy who succeeded him, Abdulsalami Abubakar, because they know what was going on in the country then. Nigeria was so tensed. It was so tensed, right? That you don't even want to be the president of that country. And they said, okay, you know what? Give me 7 months. I will return the power to civilian. I don't want to be here. It's okay, fine. We'll support you. America got involved. And that was why, when they said the deal they were making was that the northern Nigeria, they were so angry that Abacha is dead. They have lost. Abiola too must die. I mean, this is part of some of the conspiracy stories they told us. So, Abiola too must die since Abacha don't die. So Abacha died. I think Abacha died in June. Abiola died a month later in July 1998. After the visit of American delegation who came to come and plead with Abiola to forget his mandate so that it will be like a reconciliation. They can do everything afresh. They can start everything afresh. So Condoleezza Rice, according to Abiola's doctor, who is probably dead now too, right? He said Condoleezza Rice and this American delegation, they came. And when they came, they served Abiola tea, which after Abiola drank the tea, Abiola started complaining of loss of breath, similarly to how Abacha died. So Abiola had the heart attack, right? But instead of them to call the doctor for Abiola, right, they said they took him out to an open, and they took off his agbada. You get. So that maybe they were like, breezing him. By the time, by the time his doctor was to be called, Abiola was like cold dead, lying on the floor like that. So to the Northerners, they said, okay, now the equation don't balance. So you get, it was Abiola's mandate that led to the whole wahala in the country, that Abacha had to be killed. All that kind of conspiracy. America was still involved. America still involved. So it was one of those darkest era of Nigeria. Here you get. So if Donald Trump can just probably help to unseal Tinubu's files and all the agencies that investigated Tinubu in America, for posterity's sake, for the sake of our own children, it is very important. So now we know better. And we deserve to know better. That the president of Nigeria is an American asset. That alone is a treasonable felony. It is an impeachable offense. I know some of you, the Ronukus, you are not going to agree. It doesn't matter. But somehow, it be like say the chicken don't they come home to roost now. My children will never grow up to see Tinubu as what? As president or as a leader ever. And now you have to tell your children too. This is an American asset, CIA asset in America that became the president of Nigeria. And the court document has confirmed it, that he provided them with information, this and that, okay? And that is why they cannot let anybody unseal his documents. Tell your children that. There was an implosion, an explosion rather, in Jos, Plateau State this morning. And according to them, they say it was an IED explosion. Okay? Even though their governor denied it, they sent these policemen, and this is what they had to say.
So come this morning, we started opening shop. Not quite in the interval of 1 hour. We see the bomb squad coming up, then check, then sample here. So everybody clear. So we're both of us, everybody get to come move out of here.
I saw bomb squad. They came in, they started say there's something that suspecting towards this place. That's something like bomb. I said, okay, how did the thing happen? They now say we should close up shop. I will lock up our shops.
The police connected RAD was buried.
This morning there was a report of a suspected hole here, as you can see, that suspected to have been planted with IED. But the EOD technicians we are immediately deployed to the scene. They dug the place and discovered that nothing was inside the place. And as you can see, there's nothing. So, and that's why I'm here, to assure members of the public that they should not be afraid.
He further assured the public of efforts to continually secure lives and property of these.
As if to say they will do that too. It's unfortunate, but this is what their own governor, Mutfangi also, had to say about it. Politicians.
There was a scare this morning in Jos at Terminus where a rumor went around that there was a bomb, and the EOPD of the police had to be there, and I'm glad to inform everyone here that there was no bomb whatsoever. But it was good that people were sensitive, that they saw an object and they suspected that this object should be investigated. I think that is part of what we are called to do in society. Let's be sensitive to things around us. Let's be sensitive to movements around us. Let's be sensitive to comments around us. We've been able to nip a lot of potential disasters by picking up credible intelligence, and we're able to nip the situations in the bud. But we must also be responsible, particularly in the use of social media. Social media has become a tool of conflict creation. It has become a tool of destabilization. And we must be responsible in making sure that we manage social media responsibly. There was
just so you remember, always, Kalu was in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, yesterday. 2 days ago, he arrived there. Yesterday, he attended what was called the Arab Islamic Summit, joint summit, where he pushed for a two-state solution between Israel and Palestine. But now we have realized that he didn't go to Saudi Arabia because of Israel and Gaza. He went there to see if they could possibly borrow him money, interest-free loan. Kalu went to Saudi Arabia to beg for $5 billion. And according to them, they said they needed $5 billion to help Tinubu in his economic reform in Nigeria, whatever that even means. On everything is economic reform. Economic reform. They went to the Afrexim Bank. They took $3.3 billion loan using 167 million barrels of crude oil as collateral. $3.3 billion loan. They said they used that to defend the Naira. Today, Nigerian Naira jumped. It's making sense now. It is actually making sense now that Tinubu is actually out to further destroy Nigeria. And he will do it to the satisfaction of America. He will do it. It took Bokwari 8 years, right, to move Nigeria's exchange rate, Nigerian Naira, from 148 Naira to $1 to 710 Naira to $1.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
What
shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
So it has taken Tinubu 17 months to take that Naira to $1 from 710 Naira to $1 to 1,749 Naira to $1. 17 months. It's making sense now. It is. Right? 3.3 billion to defend the Naira. What does that even mean? Now you are using a 12.9, nearly $13 billion worth of crude oil as collateral. So he left Riyadh this morning. We have not received information if Saudi Arabia will borrow him the $5 billion to revive Nigeria economy. That's what he went to beg for. He didn't go there because of because of Israel and Gaza. He left. We don't know where he left to. I don't think he's arrived in Nigeria yet. Or have you seen him in Nigeria? Some people believe that he left Nigeria for Paris. That is probably in Paris or is here in London. We don't know yet. His plane is yet to land anywhere. Abuja, Paris, or London. Meanwhile, back in Nigeria, they are debating how much is it they will be selling their petroleum products to you, despite the fact that you now have a Dangote refinery that's supposed to be producing a locally refined PMS product, right? But price is also an issue. Availability was a problem. Maybe not anymore. Now, affordability is now the problem. Here is that Ipman, supposed independent marketers, petrol marketers of Nigeria, president, who just told us that they have agreed with Dangote that it will be selling them a liter of petrol